through Kailasa, 28 years of relentless humanitarian services, free vegetarian food, medical services, natural disaster relief, women empowerment initiatives, conflict resolution and peace initiatives, sustainable Hindu practices through various international agencies and bodies. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored 300 books and 10,000 articles in 3 languages, English, Tamil, and Sanskrit, which have been translated into 50 languages with over 1,000 titles. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has authored books which have sold over 20 million copies. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has established largest Hindu library with over 1 million books, 1 million palm leaf scriptures, and over 20 million digital books. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revered as the most prolific and most viewed Hindu guru in the digital world. He is read and watched by over 1 billion followers in Hinduism. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has delivered over 10,000 hours of discourses with over 1 billion views on social media. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is respected as the commentator of all sacred scriptures such as Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, Shiva Sutras, Yoga Sutras, Ashtavakra Gita, Jaina Sutras, etc. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is honored as the leader of Hinduism, the most awarded internationally recognized Hindu leader. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is acclaimed as one of the top 100 spiritually influential living personalities by Watkins' Mind, Body, Spirit magazine. The Sovereign Order of Kailas, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagwan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of Monks, Nuns, and Hindu Diaspora are working for global peace and to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of the largest Hindu university in the world with satellite campuses in 150 countries. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the establisher of over 1,000 Kailasa enlightenment ecosystems. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is a founder and reviver of over 100 Sarvanga Pitams. With this, we come to the end of this section. We'll be back very shortly. Please stay tuned.
I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a con. Conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. the moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside.
Nithyanandam, welcome back. In this segment, we will learn about the divine feminine consciousness, the unique aspect of Hinduism. The unique contribution to the spiritual consciousness from the Vedic tradition is sacred feminine worship. Even if everything from what Vedic tradition gave is lost, then just if the sacred feminine tradition is there, then the whole thing can be revived because that is the seed. Hinduism has at least 10,000 sampradayas, subsects. If all sampradayas are lost for some reason, and only this one sampradaya, the Devi worship, remains, the whole thing can be brought back because the whole thing is centered on this one, mother worship. Mother worship carries the blueprint, the hologram of the whole Vedic tradition. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on 17th September 2010 revealed that sacred feminine worship is a hologram of the Vedic tradition. There is no enlightened being on the planet Earth without worshipping the sacred feminine, including me. I am basically a Shakta. I myself followed Devi worship. From the beginning, if you see my biography and all the deities I carved, the darshan I had, all mother based, Devi based. Now let us watch this short video where the Supreme Point of Hinduism as the Nijavatara of Devi Parashakti reveals the truths about Hindu Dharma and feminism.
Hinduism is the most feministic religion, I tell you. In Hinduism, not just religion, even the Hindu economy, Hindu social system, everything is feminist. The women-centered, everything is feminist. When time comes, I'll try to reveal more details about it. How the women is the foundation of Hindu civilization. They formed the basis of Hindu civilization. Someone asked Ramakrishna when he was in deathbed. Literally, everyone knows that he is going to leave the body soon. I should not use the word deathbed for the great incarnations like him. They never die, but the time to leave their body. Everyone knows that he is going to leave the body. Close, sincere devotees of him, they come and ask him, Bhagavan, how can you leave the body so soon? Still, you have not trained enough people to continue your mission. Only few boys are trained and they are too young. He smiles and says, one woman is enough to carry my mission. She is already trained. Sharada Devi. She is trained enough. She will be the foundation from which this Ramakrishna Sampradaya, this whole civilization, revival will start. And that's true. It is she, Parashakti, Jagat Janani, Sharada Devi. She formed the foundation for this whole Ramakrishna Sampradaya to flower. I tell you, in Hindu civilization, spirituality, religion, Hindu economy, everything is centered on mother, on women.
Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, a great avatar who lived from 1836 to 1886, says, Shiva is Brahman, but Devi has the key to reach Brahman. Unless she opens, nobody can reach. Very beautifully, he describes a house scene. Even though husband is the owner, the key to the house will be on the hip of the mother. Either you have to fall at the feet of the mother or these small sons of the mother. Only they can touch that place, the hip of the mother, and remove the key. Nobody else can touch. So either surrender to mother or people who are closer to mother to reach. In the second verse of Devi Upanishad, Devi Parashakti herself reveals, I am essentially Brahman. From me has proceeded the world comprising Prakriti and Purusha, the void and the plenum. I am all the forms of bliss and non-bliss. Knowledge and ignorance are myself. Brahman and non-Brahman are to be known, says the scriptures of Atharvans. In the third verse of Devi Upanishad, Devi Parashakti continues and reveals, I am the five elements as also what is different from them. I am the entire world. I am the Veda as well as what is different from it. I am the unborn. I am the born. Below and above and around am I. Devi, the ultimate pure feminine consciousness, Devi Parashakti, is the cosmic mother. It is her cosmic womb from which billions and billions of universes comes out and go in. Devi Parashakti is the source where the Big Bang and black holes go on. Source Shakti, source energy, source power, from which all of us came, in which all of us are even now, in which all of us are going to merge. Out of her extreme love and compassion, Devi Parashakti herself is manifesting through the embodied form as the Nijavatara of the Supreme Consciousness, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam, gracing us, answering all our questions, attending to our prayers, giving boons, healing us, revealing our past, present, and future, delivering profound spiritual truths, and ultimately giving us the experience of Paramashivoham itself. Now let us watch this short video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the Nija Avatar of Devi Parashakti, reveals these sacred truths.
Om, Om, Om. Om, Om, Om. ஓம் எனும் ஓங்காரத்து உட்பொருளாய் மலர்ந்து உயிர்த்தெழுந்து இறையனார் இடப்பாகத்திருந்து குமரிக்கண்டம் ஆளும் மீனாட்சி மலர்ந்தேன் இங்கு நல்லருள் செய்திடவும் நல்வாக்கு தந்திடவும் ஆனந்தம் ஞானத்தொடு பூரண அன்பு ஏகம் அநேகமாய் ஆகிய இப்புவுலகிற்கு பரமசிவன் ஞானம் தர வந்தேன் பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி. அருளாட்சி அரசாட்சி பொருளாட்சியோடு நன்மாட்சிமையோடு ஆட்சி செய்யும் பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி நான். கருணையே வடிவாய் கண்மலர்ந்து நன்மை செய்திட வந்திட்டேன். மாந்தர்கள் கேளுங்கள் இந்த பெருநன்மை சத்தியத்தை. கேட்டு நீங்கள் வாழ்ந்திட கேடும் பெருந்துக்கமும் உங்களுக்கில்லை. கேட்டிடுங்கள் இவ்வினாடி என்னை கண்டுகொண்டும் கேட்டுக்கொண்டும் இருக்கும் உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நான் அளிக்கும் தீட்சை. நானே நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் கடந்த உயிர்ப்பாய் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்குள்ளும் இருக்கின்றேன். பரமசிவோஹம் 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 பரமசிவோஹம். இதை தீட்சையாய் ஏற்று இதே உணர்வோடு அமர்ந்திருங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் எல்லா நன்மையும் வரமும் ஞானமும் அருளும் அளிக்கின்றேன். ஓங்காரத்தின் உட்பொருளாய் வேதமொடு ஆகமம் மெய்யாய் வெளிப்பட்டு உபவேதங்கள் உபாகமங்கள் அனைத்துமாய் உயர்ந்து நின்று தத்துவங்கள் ஆராய் உண்மையை செப்பி ஜகம் முழுவதும் ஞானம் அளிக்கும் பாரதி பராசக்தி மீனாட்சி நான். ஆய கலைகள் 64 உடலும் மனமும் உயர்வை அடைந்திடும் பரமசிவ சக்திகளை உங்களுக்குள் மலர்த்தவே வந்திருக்கின்றேன். அஷ்ட சித்திகளும் அஷ்ட கன்மமும் ஆதி சக்தி பரமேஸ்வரியாய் மலர்ந்து உங்கள் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் ஆனந்தம் அளிக்கின்றேன். அஞ்சாதீர், ஆனந்தத்தோடிருப்பீர். ஓம் 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 ஹ்ரீம் 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 ஓம் ஹ்ரீம். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
The word itself, raising as Omkara, expressing as Vedas and Agamas, blossomed as Hrimkara, filled as Parashodashi, living in 40 triangles. The Kailasa Swamini, who is in Kailasa, Shripura Chintamani, Parashodashi, sitting as part of Paramashiva, Parameshwari, who rules the world, Paramashakti Manonmani Meenakshi. As Nithyananda, I took Nijavatara here to give good boon to everyone, to bestow all goodness. Hiranya Garbha Swarupini, Brahmanda Yoni, Shami, Chandramoli, Rapala, Aparna, Uma, Parvati, Savitri, Navayayana, Samrajya Lakshmi, Parameshwari, Parashodashi, Meenakshi. Taking the form of Nithyananda, I came here as Nijavatara. With great compassion, I am blessing. Listen, people, to do good to all of you, I took the form of Nithyananda and came down as Nijavatara. Now, the supreme point of Hinduism is revealing how to receive Devi Parashakti. Literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive her very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut, and 1 coin in front of the screen. Watch Devi. Coin is considered traditional dakshina in Hindu tradition. It can be the lowest value. In India, it can be even 1 paise. In USA, it can be a cent even. I am not trying to monetize. Keep even 1 cent. It is okay. So for 100 days, if you have darshan, it will add up to $1. In India, even 1 paisa is okay. So this was the revelation from 24th May 2021. Continuing on that, offer that to Devi. After darshan is over, do namaskar and eat banana, betel leaf, and betel nut. Take it as prasadam immediately. Collect those coins and send it to Los Angeles Temple. This betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but in few days you will see how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. Rituals will break your monotonous unconscious mentality and lifestyle and remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. Now let us watch this short video on how to prepare to receive grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti.
I wanted to give you one sacred secret to all of you. Do this Panchabhuta Yoga. See, whenever you want to ask any question to Devi and receive the answer, on that day, do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Means, apply only mud on the body and take bath. Don't apply any chemical on the body to take bath. Just that Puttuman means that anthill mud. Only that apply on the body and take bath. Don't apply anything else. That is mud, earth part, earth component. Second, water. Drink only water that day. Don't eat, drink, don't do anything other than drinking water. When you come for the Parashakti Akashic reading, at least for a few hours, prepare yourself. Maybe 10 hours ahead. Just drink only water and keep yourself active. Third, the fire in your stomach should be allowed to burn without any food dumped on it. Just the pure fire. You can chant Omkara to intensify it, or Mahavagya, Ajapa Japa, but pure fire. No food, nothing. That pure fire should be encouraged. And just be in the free air, open space, breathing the whole sky at least few hours before. And intensely unclutch to get the power of the space, Akasha. See, listen. Akasha is an intense energy. Just like the other bhutas, like earth, water, fire, air, the Akasha also is a pure consciousness. It is intelligence, living energy. Once you start unclutching, you manifest Akasha's energy in you, consciousness in you. So do this Panchabhuta Yoga. Your questions will be surely answered immediately by Parashakti. If you just do this Panchabhuta Yoga and come for the Devi Akashic reading, she will simply answer your questions. I'll repeat. Apply the anthill mud and take bath, or even clay. Don't use any other chemical. Take bath just with the mud. Second, drink only water. No other food or juice at least for 10 hours ahead. If possible, that whole day. Third, intensify the Agni in your stomach without dumping any food on it. Just through the Omkara, Ajapa Japa, ignite it, intensify it. Fourth, walk around and breathe in an open space, at least for a few hours before. Fifth, try to unclutch as intensely as possible to receive the Akasha energy, Chitambara, Chitambara, that energy of cosmic space. With this Panchabhuta Yoga come to Parashakti's Akashic reading. Surely she will answer your questions.
Now let us go through the revelations of the world by Devi Parashakti. This was delivered and revealed on 12th May 2021.
ஓங்காரத்துயர்ந்து வாங்காய் வேதமுடு ஆகமமாய் வெளிப்பட்டு ரீங்காரமாய் மலர்ந்து பரஷோடசியாய் நிறைந்து 40 முக்கோணம் வாழும் கையிலை ஸ்ரீபுரச் சிந்தாமணி கிருகத்தில் இருக்கும் கைலாச சுவாமினி பரஷோடசி பரமசிவன் பாகம் அமர்ந்து பாராளும் பரமேஸ்வரி பரமசக்தி மனோன்மணி மீனாட்சி நித்யானந்தனாய் நிஜாவதாரம் கொண்டேன் இங்கு எல்லோர்க்கும் நல்வரம் தந்திட எல்லா நன்மையும் அருளிட ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பஸ்வரூபிணி பிரம்மாண்டயோனி சாம்பவி சந்திரமௌலி ரபலா அபர்ணா உமா பார்வதி சாவித்ரி நவயவனா சாம்ராஜ்யலக்ஷ்மி பரமேஸ்வரி பரஷோடசி மீனாட்சி நித்யானந்தனாய் உருக்கொண்டு இங்கு நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்தேன். அருட்பெருங்கருணையினால் அருளுகின்றேன் கேளுங்கள். மக்களே, உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நன்மை செய்யவே நாம் இங்கு நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு கொண்டு நிஜாவதாரமாய் இறங்கி வந்தோம். இந்திய நாட்டு மக்களே, கேட்டுக்கொள்ளுங்கள், நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். காலம் காலமாய் அவதார புருஷர்கள் வந்து மலர்ந்து உலகிற்கு நன்மை செய்யும் மிக பெரும் ஞான பூமி பாரதம். இருக்கின்ற ஒரு பாரதத்தை இழக்க இயலாது மக்களே. ஞான கர்ப்பத்தை மலடாக்க இயலாது. வாழையடி வாழையென ஞானிகளும் அவதார புருஷர்களும் வந்தே தீர வேண்டும், வாழ்ந்தே தீர வேண்டும், மலர்ந்தே தீர வேண்டும். உலகிற்கு அதுவே உத்தம நன்மை. ஒரு சில கயவர்கள் மாயையில் சிக்கி செய்திட்ட சதிகளால் உலகை பலி கொடுக்க ஆகாது, சிருஷ்டி நஷ்டமடைய கூடாது, பிரபஞ்சம் அழிந்துவிடக் கூடாது. பிரளயத்து இருந்து இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்தை காக்கவே பெரும் கப்பல் நானொன்று செய்தேன், அதன் பெயரே ஆதி கைலாசம். ஆதி கைலாசம் இந்த பிரபஞ்சத்தில் இருக்கும் ஞான சக்திகளை ஒன்றாய் திரட்டி பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மக்களை காத்திடவே நாம் செய்த கப்பல். துரோகிகள் சூழ்ச்சியாலும் விரோதிகள் ஆட்சியாலும் வழியின்றி கப்பலை விட்டு மாலுமியே ஒதுங்க வேண்டிய காலம் வந்ததையா. அதனால்தான் ககனம் கொந்தளித்து பேரழிவை நோக்கி சென்று கொண்டிருக்கின்றது. மக்களே, அறியாத தனத்தினால் மாயையில் சிக்கி குழந்தைகள் தவறு செய்தாலும் பிரபஞ்சம் அழியாது காக்க வேண்டியது பராசக்தி. பரமசக்தி பரஷோடசி மனோன்மணியன் பொறுப்பென்பதால் சத்தியங்கள் சிலவற்றை சொல்லுகின்றேன், நன்றாய் கேட்டுக் கொள்ளுங்கள். அடுத்த சில மாதங்களில் 1000 அல்ல, லட்சம் அல்ல, கோடியில் உயிர்கள் பலியாகும். இந்திய நாட்டினில் கோடியில் உயிர்கள் பலியாகும். உண்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன், நன்மையை சொல்லுகின்றேன், தேடிக்கொள்ளுங்கள் உங்கள் வாழ்க்கைக்கு பாதுகாப்பை. ஆதி கைலாசத்தை நிர்வகிக்கும் அன்பர்களே, நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள். 12 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பாக வரப்போகும் இந்த மாபெரும் பிரளயத்தை தெரிந்து கொண்டு உலகில் இருக்கும் எல்லா ஔஷத சக்திகளையும் ஒன்றாய் திரட்டி நவபாஷாணத்து நிறுத்தி ஆனந்த லிங்கமாய் வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் ஸ்தாபித்து வைத்தேன். வருகின்ற குரு பூர்ணிமையோடு 12 ஆண்டுகள் அந்த ஞான ரசவாதம் பழுத்து முதிர்ந்து முழுமையான நவபாஷாண லிங்கமாய் மலர்ந்து விடுகின்றது. வருகின்ற குரு பௌர்ணமியில் இருந்து வருகின்ற எல்லோரும் அங்கு வந்து நவபாஷாண தீர்த்தத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடி செல்ல அனுமதியுங்கள். அதற்கு வகை செய்யும் விதத்திலே நல்ல முறையிலே எல்லா நன்மையும் செய்து வையுங்கள். இந்த தீர்த்தத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடியோர்க்கும் அந்த தீர்த்தத்தை அருந்தியோர்க்கும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று வராது, மரணம் இல்லை, துக்கம் இல்லை. இது அறிவியல் பூர்வமாய் அனுபவ பூர்வமாய் நிரூபிக்கப்படும். அதனால் கோடிக்கணக்கில் மக்கள் வரிசையில் நின்று தினந்தோறும் வந்து நவபாஷாணத்தாலான ஆனந்த லிங்கத்தில், நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்தில் நீராடி வணங்கி நன்மை பெற்று செல்வார்கள். நன்றாய் கேளுங்கள் மக்களே. ஆதி கைலாசத்து நிர்வாகிகளே, இந்த ஒரு சேவையை உலகத்திற்கு செய்யுங்கள். நீங்கள் செய்த எல்லா கர்மங்களுக்கும் பிராயஷ்சித்தமாகும். நல் அமைதியும் ஞானமும் யோகமும் உங்களுக்கும் கிட்டும், உலகத்திற்கும் கிட்டும். 12 ஆண்டுகள் முன்பாக பராசக்தி நான் செய்து வைத்த நவபாஷாணம் சித்தித்து புளித்து பழுத்து முதிர்ந்து ரசவாத யோகத்தில் சித்தியாகி இன்று நிறைந்த நவபாஷாண நித்யானந்த லிங்கமாய் வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் மலர்ந்திருக்கின்றது. இதை செய்த காரணம் வரப்போகும் பிரபஞ்சத்தின் பிரளயத்திலிருந்து மக்களை காத்திடவே. எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். ஆதி கைலாசத்து நேரடியாய் மறைமுகமாய் உதவி செய்து உடன் இருந்த எல்லோரும் கேளுங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோரையும் நம்பியே இந்த படகை நாம் உருவாக்கினோம். இந்த பெரும் சேவையில் எல்லோரும் வந்து பாகமாயிருந்து கொரோனா வராதவர், வந்தவர், வந்து நீங்கியோர் இவர்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் மாபெரும் மருந்து நவபாஷாண நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்து தீர்த்த விருந்து. எல்லோரும் வந்து நல் நீராடி தற்காப்பும் பெற்று நோய் கண்டவர் நோயும் தீர்ந்து நன்மையெல்லாம் அடைந்திட இந்திய நாட்டு மக்களே, உங்களால் இயன்றதை செய்திடுங்கள். உங்கள் எல்லோர்க்கும் நல் பாதுகாப்பும் உண்டு, நல்லதும் உண்டு. என்னை இழந்தாலும் என்னை நீங்கள் மறுத்தாலும் உங்களை நான் காப்பேன். அஞ்சாதீர்கள். பெருங்கருணை பேரருளால் நான் செய்து வைத்த கப்பலை உபயோகித்து இந்த ஆழிப் பிரளயத்தின் பெருங்கூத்து ஊழிக் கூத்திலிருந்து உங்களை காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். உண்மையை சொல்லிவிட்டேன், நன்மையை சொல்லிவிட்டேன். பிராயஷ்சித்தம் வேண்டுமென்றும் காப்பாற்ற வேண்டுமென்றும் கதறிய பக்தர்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் பெருங்கருணையினால் தீர்வை தந்து விட்டேன். அன்பர்களே, பக்தர்களே, சீடர்களே, என் சொல் கேட்கும் நேர்மையான தொண்டர்களே, புயல் என புறப்படுங்கள். ஆதி கைலாசத்திற்கு தேவையானதெல்லாம் உடனடியாய் செய்து வரப்போகும் மக்களுக்கெல்லாம் அன்னதானம் செய்து அவர்கள் நல்லபடி வைத்திய சரோவரத்தில் தீர்த்தமாடி நவபாஷாண மருந்தையே விருந்தாய்க் கொண்டு நோயிலிருந்து தற்காப்பும் பெற்று உயிர்காப்பும் பெற்று நல்லபடியாய் வாழ்ந்திட தேவையான சேவைகளை செய்யுங்கள். இதுதான் உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் பிராயஷ்சித்தம். நித்யானந்தன் வடிவு தாங்கி நிஜாவதாரமாய் நான் இந்திய நாட்டில் வந்தபொழுது என்னை வைத்து வாழாத பெருங்குற்றத்திற்கு பிராயஷ்சித்தம் இதுவே உங்களுக்கு. இதை யாவது செய்து, இது ஒன்றையாவது செய்து உங்களையும் காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள், நாட்டையும் காத்திடுங்கள். கோடிகளில் உயிர்கள் போகப் போகின்றது என்பதை நேரில் காண்பீர்கள். கண்ட பிறகுதான் நான் சொல்லும் வார்த்தையின் சத்தியமும் உண்மையும் உங்களுக்கு புரியப் போகின்றது. அழிவதற்கு முன் வந்து நவபாஷாண மருந்தை விருந்தாய்ப் பெற்று மரணத்திலிருந்து உங்களை காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். மக்களே, இது ஒன்றே வழி. ஓம் ஓம் ஓம். பெருங்கருணை பேரருளால் அன்னை பராசக்தி அருளினேன் சத்தியத்தை. இந்த ஒரு சத்தியத்தை உடனடியாய் புரிந்து கொண்டு உங்களுக்கும் உலகத்துக்கும் நன்மை செய்து கொள்ளுங்கள். ஆதி கைலாசத்து நித்யானந்த லிங்கத்தின் எல்லைக்குள் ஆருக்கும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்று தீண்டாது. இந்த சத்தியத்தை அனுபவபூர்வமாகவும் அறிவியற்பூர்வமாகவும் முழுமையாக நீங்கள் புரிந்து கொள்வீர்கள். இது நிரூபணமாகும். அன்னை பராசக்தி 12 ஆண்டுகளுக்கு முன்பாக உள்ள ஞான ஔஷத சக்திகள் அனைத்தையும் பிரம்மாண்ட யோனி ஹிரண்ய கர்ப்பத்திலிருந்து கொண்டு வந்து உருவாக்கி வைத்த நவபாஷாண லிங்கம் இன்று பிரளயத்திலிருந்து காக்கும் பெரும் கப்பலாய் உங்களுக்கு ஊதாவும். என இழந்தாலும் நான் செய்து வைத்த இந்த ரசவாத ஞானத்தின் துணை இழக்காமல் உங்களை நீங்களே காத்துக் கொள்ளுங்கள். இது ஒன்றே வழி மக்களே, இது ஒன்றே வழி. ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Now let us go through the translation. World cannot be sacrificed for the sake of conspiracies done by some ignorant thieves who got stuck in Maya. Srishti should not have loss. Cosmos should not have destruction. To save the cosmos from Pralaya, I made a huge ship. Its name is Adi Kailasa. Adi Kailasa is the ship that will gather all the enlightened powers of this cosmos and save the people from the Pralaya. Through the tricks of traitors, rule of the enemies, without any other way out, time came for the sailor itself to leave. That is why the sky is boiling and moving towards huge destruction. People, even if children do mistakes in ignorance by getting stuck in Maya, as it is Parashakti, Paramashakti, Parashodashi, Manonmani, my responsibility to save the cosmos from destruction. I am telling some of the truths. Listen properly. Within next few months, not in thousands or lakhs, lives will be lost in crores. Crores of lives will be lost in India. I am telling you the truth. I am telling you the good. Search for protection for your life.
I'm your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. A powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal your problems, whether it is simple headache or depression or the worst suicidal patterns or life negativity, only through consciousness. Don't go for any other solution. Don't keep stupid, toxic, life negative struggles inside. I'm your guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am triggering your consciousness. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the supreme identity you have. You will not empower your depression, your frustration, deal.
Nithyanam, we welcome all of you back for today's segment of the Parashakti Akashic reading series. We are now going to be seeing the current state of the world as revealed by Devi Parashakti. North Korea, the COVID is getting only worse, a report from the World Health Organization. A top official at the World Health Organization said the UN health agency assumes the coronavirus outbreak in North Korea is getting worse and not better, despite the secretive country's recent claims that COVID-19 is slowing down. At a briefing on Wednesday, World Health Organization's emergency chief, Dr. Mike Ryan, appealed to North Korean authorities for more information about the COVID-19 outbreak. They're saying we have real issues in getting access to the raw data to the actual situation on the ground. He said World Health Organization has not received any privileged information about the epidemic, unlike in typical outbreaks when countries may share more sensitive data with the organization so it can evaluate the public health risk for the global community. The COVID-19 is also slowing down progress towards universal energy access. The COVID-19 pandemic has been a key factor in slowing progress toward universal energy access. Globally, 733 million people still have no access to electricity, and 2.4 billion people still cook using fuel detrimental to their health and the environment. At the current rate of progress, 670 million people will remain without electricity by 2030, 10 million more than projected last year. In India, in terms of the daily case count, India has seen a marginal dip as of 2,000 to 338 of COVID-19 infections that were registered in the last 24 hours. In terms of the daily corona fatalities, the country witnessed 19 deaths in the span of one day. While overall national tally remains well below the 3,000 mark, there has been a surge in certain areas. Both Maharashtra and Kerala have been the COVID epicenters in both the first and second wave, where cases are creeping up steadily. In fact, Aslam Shaikh, the Mumbai City Guardian minister, has also issued a warning and said that if the graph of coronavirus cases keeps the upward trend, the state government may have to reintroduce COVID curbs. For 5 consecutive days, Mumbai has reporting over 300 COVID-19 cases. Meanwhile, the results are out for the 3 samples of the suspected monkeypox infection. The lab at the National Institute of Virology says that all 3 samples have tested negative, and so far, India remains monkeypox free. The World Health Organization says that as many as 23 nations around the globe have reported this virus. Omicron subvariant drives spikes in cases and deaths in Portugal. A spike of COVID-19 cases and deaths in Portugal, driven by the Omicron BA.5 subvariant in spite of warm temperatures, is causing capitals across Europe to once again consider measures against a pandemic that has started to fade in public memory. Portugal confirmed 26,848 new cases and recorded 47 COVID deaths on Wednesday, the highest daily death toll since 17th February, when 51 deaths from the disease were reported. The trend contrasts with the pandemic situation in France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and neighboring Spain, where case rates have been declining for the last 2 months. According to figures from the Portuguese Health Ministry, 1,455 people died from COVID as the country entered its 6th wave of the pandemic in April and May. The latest report from the Health Ministry and the Ricardo George Institute noted that mortality from all causes is above the expected values for the time of year, adding there has been increased in specific mortality from COVID-19. In London, an estimated 2 million people in Britain have lingering COVID-19 symptoms, more than 4 weeks after their initial coronavirus infection, a latest survey has shown. Based on the Office for National Statistics survey of people living in private households in Britain, an estimated 3.1% of the population were experiencing long COVID symptoms as of May 1st. This is 200,000 more people than the Office for National Statistics' previous estimated prevalence of 1.8 million as of April 3rd. Of the estimated 2 million people with self-reported long COVID, 442,000 first had COVID-19 less than 12 weeks previously, 1.4 million people at least 12 weeks prior to their ongoing symptoms, 826,000 at least 1 year previously, and 376,000 at least 2 years previously. We have seen cases of long COVID due to the Omicron BA2 variant be at least as high as previous variants, despite not causing the same hospitalization rate, said David Strain, clinical senior lecturer and honorary consulate of the University of Exeter Medical School. Strain said that the most concerning figure in the survey, however, is the 376,000 people who have had the disease for more than 2 years, noting that this is only looking at the first 4 months of COVID infections in Britain. This number will inevitably climb as all those who caught COVID in the second, third, and fourth waves experience continued symptoms, he added. India has reported a total of 2,259 fresh coronavirus cases across the country and 20 deaths, taking the overall death toll to 5,24,323. North Korea on Tuesday reported another large jump in illnesses believed to be COVID-19 and encouraged good health habits as a mass outbreak spreads through its unvaccinated population and military officers were deployed to distribute medicine. State media said the antivirus headquarters reported another 269,510 people. They were found with fevers and 6 had died. That raises North Korea's deaths to 56 after more than 1.48 million people became ill with fever since late April. North Korea lacks test kits to confirm coronavirus infections in large numbers, and the report didn't say how many of the fever cases were COVID-19. Even after 2 years, the COVID virus remains unpredictable, and World Health Organization reiterated we can't afford to take our eyes off the virus. World Health Organization officials said that with each mutation, Omicron subvariants are becoming more transmissible than the previous one, and that this will continue, officials have warned. During a recent conference, World Health Organization's Maria Van Kerkhove said what we can say is as this virus evolves, the latest variants, Omicron and all the sublineages, are more transmissible than the last variant circulating, and we know that that will continue. There will be more variants of the SRS to take our eyes off the ball for this virus despite all the other challenges circulating. A recent surge in COVID-19 cases and deaths in Portugal, triggered by the Omicron BA.5 subvariant, has prompted several countries across Europe to reconsider their pandemic response. On June 1st, Portugal confirmed as many as 26,848 new cases and 47 COVID-related deaths, the highest single-day toll since February 17th, when the country reported 51 deaths, The Guardian reported. The report further stated that the pattern is in stark contrast to the pandemic scenario in France, Germany, the United Kingdom, and neighboring Spain, where case rates have been falling over the past 2 months. COVID-19 continues to ravage China and North Korea. For several reasons, but primarily because of the Omicron's virulent nature, COVID-19 cases continue to soar in China and North Korea. North Korea's health authorities have said that they have observed a downward trend, but Pyongyang observers have dismissed North Korea's COVID stats as claiming that they are essentially nonsense. The United States reported at least 108,000 coronavirus cases every day for the past week and also reported a rise in hospitalizations. The New York Times said in a report that hospitalizations were up by 30% to roughly 24,700 per day. Another Omicron subvariant known as BA.2.12.1 has become the dominant form among the new US virus cases. Another form of the Omicron subvariant BA2 has become the dominant form among newest coronavirus cases, according to federal estimates, a development that experts had forecast over the last few weeks. There was no indication yet that the new subvariant known as BA.2.12.1 causes more severe disease than earlier forms did. BA.2.12.1 made up about 58% of all new US cases, according to estimates by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention for the week ending May 21st. Unexplained severe acute hepatitis cases among children continue to emerge in Canada and around the world. And while health officials desperately search for a cause of the mysterious illnesses, researchers are The World Health Organization on Tuesday said that there are now at least 348 probable cases of severe acute hepatitis or inflammation of the liver in children under investigation worldwide, which aren't caused by the usual hepatitis virus or any other clear source. In Canada, more than a dozen possible cases have been reported across multiple provinces since the Public Health Agency of Canada confirmed earlier this month that some cases of the severe liver disease were under investigation. While an early line of investigation from the UK health officials emphasized possible links to adenovirus, a family of viruses typically known for causing mild cold or flu-like illnesses, global teams are also zeroing in on potential impacts from the SARS-CoV-2, the virus behind COVID-19. A number of people have died from COVID-19 in Europe, the long-time epicenter of the pandemic, which passed 2 million, the World Health Organization has reported. A devastating milestone has passed, as reported confirmed. COVID-19 deaths from countries in the World Health Organization European region have exceeded more than 2 million people, the UN Health Agency said in a report. The World Health Organization's European region comprises 53 countries and regions, including several in Central Asia. According to the health body, 2,002,058 people have died from COVID out of the 218,225,000 and 294 registered cases in the region. The United States, the world's worst affected country, has lost more than 1 million people. Meanwhile, after a resurgence in the first 2 weeks of March, the number of infections is falling in Europe. The number of new cases and deaths have declined by 26% and 24% in the last 7 days. More than 2 years after the first restrictions, most European countries have eased their restrictions intended to curb the spread of the novel coronavirus. Severe cases of COVID causing cognitive impairment equivalent to aging 20 years, a new study has found. Patients who overcome severe COVID infections suffer the same cognitive impairment that people generally go through between the ages of 50 and 70, a new study has found. This is the equivalent of losing 10 IQ points, say the team of scientists from the University of Cambridge and Imperial College London. The findings suggest that the effects of the coronavirus infection are still detectable more than 6 months after the illness, that cognitive recovery is gradual at best, and that it may even impact people who only had mild COVID. There is a growing body of evidence that COVID-19 causes lasting cognitive and mental health problems, with recovered patients still experiencing symptoms months after infection. The symptoms they report include fatigue, brain fog, problem recalling words, sleep disturbances, anxiety, and even post-traumatic stress disorder, say the scientists. By comparing the patients to 66,008 members of the general public, the researchers estimate that the magnitude of cognitive loss is similar on average to that sustained with 20 years aging, between 50 and 70 years of age, and that this is equivalent to losing 10 IQ points. A World Health Organization has estimated that there were 47 lakh COVID-19 deaths in India from January 2020 till December 2021, which is nearly 10 times the official figures. India rejected the estimates by calling data collection methodology questionable and said despite India's objection to the process, methodology, and outcome of this modeling exercise, the World Health Organization released the excess mortality estimates. There is a study which revealed that the scans reveal how COVID may change the brain. Lead author Professor Gunel Duward from the Wellcome Center for Integrative Neuroimaging at the University of Oxford said, "We were looking at essentially mild infection. So to see that we could really see some differences in their brain and how much their brain had changed compared with those who had not been infected was quite a surprise." The UK Biobank project has followed the health of 500,000 people for about 15 years and has a database of scans recorded before the pandemic, so provided a unique opportunity to study the long-term health impacts of the virus. A new study also says that 1 in 10 Australian healthcare workers has had thoughts of suicide or self-harm during the pandemic. Healthcare workers in Somalia suffer from high rates of anxiety, depression, and stress because of their work with COVID-19 cases. Initial findings recorded a high prevalence of anxiety in the workforce at 69.3%, 56.5% for depression, and 15.2% for stress. Now that we have gone through and seen all the sufferings humanity is going through because of the ongoing pandemic, the ongoing pralaya, Devi Parashakti reveals 8 ways we can protect ourselves from the coronavirus pandemic.
Parashodasi Meenakshi.
Parameshwari Meenakshi, Parashakti Meenakshi, இங்கு எழுந்து அருளினோம் எல்லோர்க்கும் ஞானமும் தன்மையும் தந்திட நன்மையெல்லாம் அளித்திட நாமே வந்தோம் இங்கு கைலாசத்தின் சுவாமினியாய் பரமசிவன் கிரகத்திருந்து நம் அனுக்கிரகத்தினால் நித்யானந்தன் விக்கிரகமாய் மலர்ந்தோம். உங்கள் எல்லோருக்கும் நல்லதை செய்திட நன்மையை சொல்லிட தர்மார்த்த காம மோக்ஷம் எனும் புருஷார்த்தங்கள் நாளும் பொங்கி மலர்ந்திட வந்தேன் இங்கு. மாந்தர்கள் கொடுந்தொற்று கொரோனா கண்டு அஞ்ச வேண்டாம். 8 வழியின் மூலமாகவும் எண்ணத்தில் தியானித்து என பிரார்த்தித்தல் ஒன்று, சமூக வலைதளங்கள் மூலமாய் என்னை சரணடைதல் 2, எங்கெல்லாம் என் மகமாரி வடிவத்தில் நான் குடிகொண்டிருக்கின்றேனோ அங்கெல்லாம் பூமிதித்து என்னை வழிபடுவது 3, நெஞ்சில் மஞ்சள் தடவி வேப்பம் சாரருந்தி தினந்தோறும் என்னை தியானிப்பது 4, நிர்விகல்ப நிலையிருந்து நித்யானந்தத்தை நிறைத்து உயிர்வது 5, சிவ 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 எனும் பிரபஞ்ச பெரும் நாதத்தை அஜபா ஜபமாய் நிகழ்த்தல் 6, நிறைவான பூரண மனத்தோடு வாழைப்பழத்தோலும் வெங்காயமும் குதிகாலில் வைத்து பத்திட்டு நித்திரையில் அடங்குவது 7, பூரணமாய் பரிபூரணமாய் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் நினைப்பும் மறப்பும் அருந்த உணர்வு ஸ்மரணையில் அகம் அகம் என ஸ்புரிக்கும் அருணாச்சல ஸ்மரணையில் ஆனந்த ஸ்புரணத்தில் இருப்பது 8 எனும் 8 முறையிலும் என எண்ணியோர் அத்துணை பேருக்கும் இல்லை கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் தாக்கமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் பயமும் கொரோனா கொடுந்தொற்றின் மயக்கமும் வாழ்வீர்கள் வளத்தொடு நல் ஞானம் யோகத்தொடு நாமே நிம் நானே நீயாய் நல்வாழ்வு வாழ்வீர்கள். 8இல் 1 செய்தாலும் கொரோனா உங்களை எட்டவிடாது காப்பு.
Translating the words of Devi Parashakti, "O humans, don't be scared of the deadly infection corona. Through these 8 ways, praying and meditating on me, surrendering to me through social media, wherever I'm residing, worshipping me by doing fire walking, applying turmeric in the chest, and drinking neem juice and meditating on me every day. Being in unclutched state, filling with eternal bliss. Doing ajapa japa of the cosmic sound Shiva. With complete mind, applying the banana peel and onion and the heels and going to sleep. And being in the state beyond any remembrance or forgetting, in the Arunachala Spurana that blossoms as the hum in the state of Ananda Spurana. And so now with this, we are going to be entering the next segment of today's program, which is the glimpses of the glorious past on this day, 20th June. In the year 2004, on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism led a group of the most fortunate beings on the first Himalayan Yatra after the declaration of expanding the mission of Kailasa to the International Forum. In June 2004, the fortnight-long Yatra happened, commencing on the 12th June. The photographs have been uploaded in parts across several pages with dated and undated photographs. Anyone who participated in this Yatra and wishes to share your Yatra memories is welcome to do so. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism journeyed by foot 9 long years, covering the length and breadth of India right up to the Himalayan Ghats with these venerated shrines. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism simply transmitting the entire experience to the devotees to give the superconscious breakthrough to each being. The following photos are from Gangotri. Here you can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism leading the Yatris, as well as having a session with them after the day's events. In the year 2009, on this day, we can see here glimpses of Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam in Adi Kailasa Sarvanyapitam. In the year 2011, on this day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, with accomplished medical experts, scientifically studied the mystical happening of the awakening of the Kundalini energy by awakening the Kundalini Shakti of Kailavasis also during the process. In the year 2012, on this day, during the presidential address, Nithyananda Satsang, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism encourages us to explore our possibilities. The two extremes of self-exploration are motionless meditation and intense action. Both lead us to the same state of spiritual freedom. Self-exploration through contemplation is jnana samyama, enlightenment through wisdom. Self-exploration through action is karma samyama, enlightenment through industriousness. Exploring one's physical possibility is yoga. Bodily expression of the divine, emotional exploration leads to bhakti. The feeling connection with God, mental exploration results in siddhi. Superconscious ability and spiritual exploration gives us mukti, enlightenment. All these possibilities are available to each of us. We only have to choose our route. The destination is eternally the same.
सदाशिवसमारम्भां ज्ञानसम्बन्धाचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. I welcome you all with my love and respects. I welcome all the devotees, disciples, samajis, satsangis sitting with us around the world at this moment in 722 places through Nithyananda TV, 17 places two-way video conferencing, having Nayana Diksha in 200 cities and 21 countries around the world. Let's enter into today's satsang in Bhagavad Gita, 5th chapter, Sannyasa Yoga, 5th verse.
Yat sankhyaih prapyate sthanam tadyogairapi gamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha yah pashyati sa pashyati.
Yat sankhyaih prapyate sthanam tatyogaihi abhigamyate ekam sankhyam cha yogam cha Yap pashyati sapashyati. Translation: perceives discriminative knowledge as one, really perceives. For the state achieved through discriminative knowledge or through intense action is one and the same. Bhagavan is showing the beautiful path of attaining the ultimate. Bhagavan is using 2 times the same word, pashyati. Yatsangyaihi prapyate sthanam tatyohaihi abhigamyate ekam sankyancha yogancha yapashyati sapashyati. Yapashyati sapashyati. That is a key word in this whole verse. Who perceives the discriminative knowledge and intense action as one, only he perceives the truth, the ultimate. How can you perceive the knowledge, Atma Vichara and Karma Yoga, both as one and the same? How is it possible? Because human beings have an innate hatred towards the work, intense action. If somehow they get tuned, they build a pattern of intense action, they develop innate hatred to just sitting and contemplating, exploring themselves. Unfortunately, human beings are always single-sided. They tend to lean to one extreme. Either you move to the contemplation, mental work, or you move to the intense action, physical work. Very rarely people perceive both as one and the same. I tell you, the key word in this verse, yapashyati sapashyati, I can give you one key to understand the discriminative knowledge and intense action is one and the same. The bridging point is exploring your possibility is samyama. Discovering your own possibilities is samyama. If you are discovering your possibilities by constantly contemplating, you are doing jnana samyama. If you are exploring all your possibilities through intense action, you are doing karma samyama. If you do samyama, either on jnana or on karma, you will understand both are one and the same. I can tell you from my own experience how I was exploring my different possibilities and sharing with the world. If you start looking at my life, from the age of 12, I can say, I've started exploring the jnana samyama through the contemplation, exploring and discovering my different possibilities. Please understand, when you explore and discover your emotional possibilities, that rips into bhakti. When you explore and discover your physical possibilities, you become yogi. When you explore and discover your mental possibilities, it becomes siddhis. When you explore and discover your conscious possibilities, it becomes enlightenment. From the age of 12, I was constantly exploring and discovering my various possibilities through contemplation. From the age of 22, I am exploring and discovering my various possibilities through intense action. If you see, when I started life, my activities, I was not even able to speak English fluently, more than 2 sentences. I started my public life in 2003. I can't speak. And at the most, I can sit for 2-3 hours and take some classes or do some healing. Then I'll lie down. My body was not capable of continuously working. But I could see very clearly when I started exploring and discovering my capabilities, my possibilities. Now, so many extraordinary truths gets directly downloaded into the system without even my effort and comes out. And hours of intense action, work, automatically is happening in my system without even me remembering the idea of tiredness. Forget about controlling or suppressing tiredness, idea of tiredness. The possibilities. When you explore the possibilities and discover, I tell you, exploring the possibilities and discovering the possibilities suddenly makes the zigzag puzzle of life fall in proper way. Maya reveals her true form. Delusion removes its illusion component. If the illusion component is removed from delusion, what remains is divine. It is the illusion component in delusion constantly keeps you deluded. In Vedanta, they have a beautiful simile, Rajju Sarbanyaya. The rope is mistaken as a snake. It is the illusion of the snake keeps the delusion of fear and makes you do the action of running away or trying to kill the rope. You are running away or trying to kill, both are foolish. Because the real solution comes by removing the illusion component, not by acting at those moments. Most of the time, any action you do, you are in trouble. Because the illusion component need to be removed from the delusion. Exploring and discovering your various possibilities takes away the illusion component from the cosmic delusion itself.
the very cosmic delusion takes away from the very cosmic delusion, illusion component disappears. It is like in dirty water. If all the dirt settles down, it becomes fresh water. Same way, in the Maya, if illusion is taken away, it becomes Maya. Maya means mother. When the Akara illusion is added, Maya becomes Maya. It's removed. Maya becomes Maya. Exploring your various possibilities and discovering your possibilities is what I call samyama. Somebody was asking me yesterday, you started your life as a teacher, teaching life solutions, spirituality. How did you become suddenly a great yogi?